Hello there, Pisces. How's it going? It's time for your reading. My name is Kelly, and I will be doing the read here. And as you can see, I already pulled out Fehu. Fehu is the rune of the day. Haven't done the rune of the day reading yet, but I will. But Fehu's talking about either money or health. Okay, and that's all we know for now. But with it being in the upright, it's good. It's a good sign of something. So let's get into it and see what else. Whoops, there we go. All right, what's going on with Pisces? I kind of wasn't expecting to see that one this morning. What's going on with Pisces? Awaz. Awaz is a new beginning. Wow. This is kind of a nice read looking so far. Some sort of new beginning. Maybe something had ended and now something is new, something new. What else? Barkana. Well, there it is, Pisces. There's that new beginning, just like Barkana talks about. And it's not in reverse for a change. Now, lately we've been getting Barkana and it's been coming up in reverse. But not today. What's going on with Pisces? New beginning. And you have the blank rune. So the blank rune is talking about either A, something you don't know, or B, it could be some sort of a decision that you need to make. With this new beginning that's coming around here, there's going to be probably some sort of a decision that you're going to need to make. Okay? And you might not see something yet. What else is going on with Pisces? Wow, the blank rune again. Wow, what a trip. Didn't expect that either. So, there could be some sort of a decision about your money too. Or your health. The blank rune is it's blank. It's like, you can't really, the way I'm taking it is that this is something that you don't see yet. I'm taking this as something you don't quite see yet. But I'm also taking it as that there is going to be some sort of a decision that you're going to need to make, and it most likely concerns something to do with either your health, your good health, or your money. And I'm thinking for a lot of us, it's money. And Barkana is a family rune. It doesn't have to be that you're dealing with anybody in your family, but there's a high percentage that you could be, because Barkana talks about family matters. But it doesn't necessarily always have to be family, and it could be friend, or it could be simply just a new beginning, a new for you, it doesn't necessarily have to be anybody else. This is Sagittarius energy, by the way. But, yeah, Barkana means birth, like birthing something new. It's kind of really interesting that birth is right next to death. What's going on with Pisces? And you have the sun. The sun. So whatever this decision that you're going to need to make, Pisces, it's really, you're going to have to make some sort of a decision in the future. And you know, the timeline is different for everybody because, you know, this is just a general reading. And so that's another sign, you know, of why the blank rune comes up, because it's a little bit different for everyone. But the energy is kind of crazy, you know what I mean? I just kind of feel like the energy is kind of crazy. But not in this reading. What's going on with Pisces? Hadulaz. Well, it just got a little crazier. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so Hadulaz is Leo energy. Could be dealing with somebody with Leo in their chart. Somebody, it doesn't have to be. It can be any sign. But you know, Pisces, this person is going through like a tower moment, and it's not like a regular tower moment. It's like really super intense. Yeah, because look, they got the sun right here highlighting Hadulaz. This really intensifies the tower, or the feeling of the tower, you know. The sun is usually a good rune, but when it's next to a negative, well, this could be perceived as negative. It's not necessary. None of the runes are really ever negative, but this is kind of like the tower. It's talking about hail. That's what Hadulaz means. And, you know, hail destroys things. And if you have the sun behind it, that just makes it even worse. So, yeah, this person's going through some sort of something. Yeah. What else is going on with Pisces? Fehu. Wow. Well, you know, Fehu is positive everywhere. The money looks good for everybody, really. This could have something to do with money, for sure. In fact, I know it has something to do with money. This definitely has something to do with money, Pisces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. Menez in reverse. Okay, well. Menez in reverse is kind of like the hermit. You know what I mean? It's like isolation, spending time alone. Could be spending time alone, thinking about something connected with money. Yeah, that's really quite interesting. You know, Menez here in reverse can also talk about not expecting anything. All right? You're not expecting anything, Pisces. I mean, this looks to me like you know, self-sufficiency here. Because, you know, with Menez here in reverse, it can talk about, you know, not only just isolation and kind of like the hermit, but it can also be kind of like something non-traditional as well. What's going on with Pisces? What is going on with Pisces? It's definitely talking about money here. Yeah, there's something going on here with money. I know that you're not expecting any money. You're not really expecting, you're not expecting any money. You're not. And it's in the up in the air as to whether you're going to get any money. It's like the blank rune is like, you know, it's different for everybody. But I am going to say this, that this is very positive. And I think that I personally think from just looking at this reading so far that, you know, there's going to be some sort of a new beginning concerning money. Yeah. What's going on with Pisces? If it's not money, it's definitely it's health, but yeah, I think it's money. I'm seeing money on the other side of the energy here too, which is touching this, wow, so yeah. So yeah, this is touching, Fehu in the upright is touching this, Menez in reverse. Yeah, you're not expecting a lot of money here, that's for sure. You're not. I mean, some of you may be expecting some money, but I don't know. It could have to do with, it could also just be going in hermit mode, because with Fehu in the upright, it's like inevitable that there's going to be something to do with money that is coming to you. There's no way around it, really. But there's something here that you're not really expecting. And I don't know, it could be money, it could be something else involved with money. That's kind of like the feeling I get. Something involved. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you're not expecting money. It's more like there's something you're not expecting. There's something you're not expecting concerning the money. And also, you know, Menez here in reverse talks about, I'm getting all kinds of downloads out this. This is also talking about being very self-sufficient. This is like, you don't need, you know, a lot of help. You know, you're self-sufficient. This is self-sufficiency, Pisces. What's going on with Pisces? Man, I think I shuffled these really good. Let's just pull a card out. What's going on with Pisces? The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. Keep doing what you're doing, Pisces, and keep working. This is a good sign here. This could be like some sort of a promotion or a raise. Like I said, there's a new beginning coming. You know, this could be a new job. Because, you know, Anzus here talks about, you know, usually some sort of information about your money, about how you make your money, your job, okay? And now I'm kind of seeing it here with Menez here in reverse, because I see Lagoose. And Lagoose is going with the flow. Just keep doing what you're doing and keep going with the flow. And you know, this is talking about self-sufficiency. Somebody, though, in your energy is really going through a hard time. They're in shock about something. And it concerns money. What's going on? Concerns your money. What's going on with Pisces? The Four of Pentacles. You know, I'm kind of like looking at this here at the Four of Pentacles. And, you know, when I'm looking at this card, I see Gable and I see Isa. That's a Rune. If you can see it, that's called a Rune. It's got Gable and Isa in it, which is a blessing, a slow blessing, but a blessing. And, you know, this is the death rune right here. This is leaving something behind. This is leaving something behind and moving forward to this new beginning. That's kind of the way I see it, the way these runes are. What else? It might not be easy because there's some sort of a decision here that you need to make that may not necessarily be very easy because you have the sun touching it. Let's get another card here for Pisces. Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Well, I like this, Spirit Pisces. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in our favor. It is. It's definitely turning in our favor. You know, I see Fehu here. Twice. You know. This is somebody else's energy, but it's also our energy. It's touching Menez right here. I mean, actually all of it's our energy, but, you know. There's going to be some sort of a choice that you're going to need to make, you know, Pisces. And I know you're going to make the right choice. I see the Wheel of Fortune. You know, it's turning in our favor. It is. I want to pull some of these other cards out here. I want to pull some Kipper cards out. What's going on with Pisces? I think the most important thing is to just keep going with the flow because this Wheel of Fortune, it's turning. It's turning, right? It could be, you know, it's pretty much something we don't see. Yeah. What's going on with Pisces? Family room. Interesting. This could have something to do with the family for some of you. See, look at, like I said with Barkana. Barkana is a rune of, you know, talking about, you know, family affairs of the family. And what else is going on here with Pisces? Judication, Here we go again, judication. Yeah, somebody could be, you know, if there's anything, any type of judicial system or legal system or something, Pisces, or, you know, it's in our favor with the Wheel of Fortune. What's going on with Pisces? I noticed the family room there is empty too. Poverty. So somebody could be left in poverty. Yeah. And I don't really think that is us at all, Pisces. Look at the bottom of the deck. I've already wrapped a rubber band around it, but you got official person. That's a judge. Okay. I feel somebody over here in your energy. This is somebody else. This somebody is this is definitely concerning money, and this person over here is like, going through a serious Hagilez moment, like, like the Tower. Somebody could be being judged or something and left to poverty. Yeah, that poverty card isn't for us, that's for sure. Look at, first rune we pull out is Fehu, that's positive. So this is someone else's energy, Pisces, somebody that's going through a major Tower moment. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, something happened. It's going to be different for everybody, Not everybody's going through some sort of court deal. I know I'm not going through any court deal. But somebody in your energy most likely certainly could be. All right, so just keep that in mind. And what else is going on with Pisces? Like I said, it could be something that you don't even know about. See, that's blank. This could be going on. This could have something to do with the family that you don't even know about. What's going on with Pisces? Your dreams need a practical plan. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. And what else? Step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. All right, Pisces. All right, look at the bottom of the deck. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. I like it. Let's get into the Aarm runes and get a little bit more detailed. All right. So what's going on with Pisces? These are called the Aarm runes. It's tree energy is what it is. It's talking about tree energy. And the original runes were carved on individual different pieces of wood. What's going on with Pisces? Tree energy. On. Wow, that's a very popular card there, Pisces. We've been getting a lot of on. What else? Court. Ivy. So you got the pine tree and the ivy. What else? Court, and the apple tree. All right. So yeah, these runes would be engraved on these types of trees. This would be engraved on a little pine, this would be on an ivy, and this would be on a little piece of apple tree. So let's see what they're talking about here. All right. So, oops. Here we go. No, that's not it. It's always, I have to go by the alphabet, the way this is the alphabets, kind of. I can't really describe it. But you see how the lines are? The lines are in the middle straight. So there's a suit of runes like this, and then there's another suit of runes with them in there sideways, and then with them sticking out to the left, and then also with them sticking to the right. So there's 3 different types of suits in here. But on here is the gorse tree. And it's actually the ash tree. The gorse tree is the corresponding tree. All right, sometimes there's 2 different trees. The meaning of this particular rune is spiritual paths. It can also talk about arousal. it's mainly talking about, you know, your the health and vitality of intimacy and sexuality. So that's really good. So hey, you know, yeah, that's all I can say. That's all that is. It's, you know, you know, it could talk about. It could also talk about maybe some of you taking a journey. So if it doesn't mean anything like you know, anything for sexual health or vitality, then it could be talking about, you know, taking an actual journey somewhere. And some of you could be moving into a new house, possibly as well. That's what On is saying. All right, so it's kind of got that's one thing cool about these runes is it's got a wide range of meanings. All right, so let's get over here to Gort. Where's Gort? There it is right here. Okay, so like I said, this is the ivy tree. And the meaning of this particular tree is spirals, stubbornness, wildness, development, abundance, gratitude, rest, and reawakening. So this is really a pretty good rune here. Celts saw spirals as representatives of life and soul, showing us how we can grow and expand Ivies also represent ambition with its ability to grow under conditions that most plants cannot survive. Use your unique abilities to overcome obstacles that seem impossible while pursuing your goals and dreams, and be persistent even if growth or progress may seem slow. And it's also telling you to make sure and get plenty of rest. All right? So that's what that is talking about. All right. So let's get to Court. Here it is right here, Court. Like I said, this is the apple tree. And the meaning of this is physical and mental health. Now, look, you have it right here, Fehu. This is talking about health. You know, if it's not talking about money, Pisces, it's talking about health. Okay? But the main thing that it's talking about is, you know, getting your rest, okay? Getting your rest, and it's also talking about making some sort of a choice. So look at this, is a blank rune. So, you know, it's talking about positive outcomes coming to you, Pisces, after, you know, suffering, pain, and sadness. Yeah. It represents a deep connection with the universe and is a reminder that you matter just for being yourself, and you don't need to prove yourself through productivity or hard work, and it's okay to rest and slow down and not actively do something. It can also, you know, talk about, you know, having to make some sort of a very important choice, all right? And it's not going to be an easy choice because you got the sun be up by it, but yeah. Let's get some of these other cards here too. Let's get some shadow cards out. All right, so what's going on with Pisces? Resisting change, resisting change. Uncertainty about the future requires you to adapt to new ways of doing things. What's going on with Pisces? Addiction. Now that one kind of just flew right out. Compulsive need despite negative consequences. Get support in therapy. Okay, so that could be for somebody for sure too. These are shadow cards, so And what else? Toxic. You may be projecting your unresolved issues onto others. Don't cause harm. Okay? I like these cards. They make you think. And you know, when you pull these shadow cards out, it pulls it out so we can kind of like heal it. What else? I love these cards. These are nice. What's going on with Pisces? Do it your way. You were never meant to fit in. You were born to be wild and a free force of nature. Here to build a new and better world. Allow yourself to go and do that. Do it your way, Pisces. Yeah, I like that. What else? Wild and wonderful. Why focus on limitations and realism? Breakthroughs and miracles require no linear explanation or method. Unexplainable and illogical magic happens every day. Wow. And what else? The pause is the shift. Your past is now behind you. All you desire now is right in front of you. Pause and reconnect with your power and follow your destiny. This is like the hermit, like going into hermit. Take a pause, take a break. Yeah. Kind of cool. Get these in here and I'll get another set of runes out. What's going on with Pisces? The star. The star. That's awesome. What's going on with Pisces? The scythe. I call it the death rune. And what else? And the harvest rune. Wow. So man, you guys, this is really awesome. You know, I don't know what to say. You know. Let me see here. The star signifies inspiration, optimism, and the realization of aspirations. Like the guiding light of a distant star, it represents hope and guidance, leading us towards our highest potential and illuminating the path ahead. That's awesome. And then here we are with the scythe, which I call the death rune, but you know. But the scythe signifies completion, transformation, and the cutting away of the old to make way for the new. Like the sharp blade of the scythe harvesting the crops of the field, it heralds the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, urging us to let go of the past and embrace opportunities for the future. And you know, and that's exactly what kind of like with this Four of Pentacles is talking about, right? Yeah. I like that. And of all runes, the scythe coming up right here next to the harvest. See the harvest moon or the harvest rune? The harvest moon. So the harvest rune signifies prosperity, abundance, and the fulfillment of goals. Like the bountiful harvest of a fruitful season, it represents the abundance of blessings that come from diligent effort and perseverance. So, wow. I like it all. It looks really good to me, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you haven't, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. All right, Pisces. See you again tomorrow. Bye for now.